What did that mean to you when they told you you were going to be one of the ones featured on there?
Coming on my recruiting visit, I know when me and my parents both saw it, we said it'll be cool if we got up there, and so that was kind of a goal, you know, coming in, trying to be a leader and be one of those guys to get up there.
And what does that say about where you've come since you came here, and you think about your career, and obviously as you enter your senior season to be one of those 4 seniors up there?
Kind of telling me that I'm on track, you know, to be picked out of 105 guys, be one of the 4 to get picked to go up there, tells me I'm doing the right things.
What coming into your senior year, what's the emphasis for you? What do you hope to get out of this year individually?
Just success, team success though. I mean, when the team succeeds, it brings more attention to you than when one person succeeds.
Junior was saying he feels like you've kind of hit that, you know, always that talk about being a well-rounded receiver, and he feels like you've kind of gotten to that point. You feel like you're there, that you can do all the things you need to do that?
I feel like I've gotten better, but I don't feel like I'm there, because I mean, there's always room for improvement, and which is why I like camp, because you still have I have all that time to still continue to get better at those things. So I do feel like I've gotten better at it, but I'm not where I need to be yet.
Junior talked about catch radius, and you expanding your catch radius. How do you work on that, and why is it more important for a guy that might be a little bit smaller?
Because most time when you see those little guys, they kind of just have certain stuff, but if you're able to have a wide catch radius, then you can run different routes, and quarterbacks can have a little bit more room for error because you can go get the ball.
Is that important involving as a wide receiver, or a typical wide receiver?
Yeah, it is, and that kind of was what Coach Harsin, he gave me a personal goal, and that was to widen my catch radius back in the spring. And at the end of the spring, he told me he felt like I did that.
You know, you've worked on your strength and you get a little bit bigger and stuff. I mean, have you noticed the difference yet in practice? You think it's going to pay off this year?
Yeah, these first 5 practices have been a little different, running around at 175 rather than running around at 155. I've actually been able to feel it working after every practice. Me and Chance stay after, and us 2 together, we work on releases and routes and one-on-ones. We do it every practice, and so I feel like going against a bigger defender like Chance, the weight has helped me a lot. Be able to run through contact.
That wide receiver group, you got 3 guys who've done so much, and a whole bunch of guys who haven't really done much yet. What have you seen out of that group, and what kind of depth you guys might have at wide receiver?
Man, I honestly think this might be the most athletic group we've had in the receiver room since I've been here. We have a lot of athletic young guys that can go up and make plays and have large catch radius and all that kind of stuff. We have different kind of guys all in the room, from the freshmen who just got here to the guys who just got here in the spring. We have a lot of talent coming up.
Who are you expecting big things out of that bunch?
I don't think I can just name one. We have a couple of guys. I mean, you have Austin Contrell, he's looking really good. You have DJ Dean, who's battled injury since he's been here. You have Taylor Pope, a walk-on, who most people think he's on scholarship, even the people in our room. You have AK, he's been doing really good. Killian Butler, he's been doing really good. I mean, kind of trying to show him the ropes and stuff. It's like my little protege. I think he's going to be a really good ball player, though.
Unsettled quarterback situation, running back situation, but the wide receivers have some good veterans returning. Do you put pressure on, as a group, to kind of help the offensive transition early on, at least?
I guess there's always pressure, but I kind of feel it's our job to make it a little easier for the quarterback. You know, having different quarterbacks in there, and I feel like it's our job if they put it a little too far outside. Our job to go make the plays because we're the vets. So I think having all of us coming back and those young guys who can make plays, that kind of helps the quarterbacks.
Talk about the quarterbacks. What are you liking from what some of them are doing right now?
Well, I'm going to have to say I'm going to like what they're all doing, because 85% of the time I'm in there, I have no clue who's that quarterback. And I will come to the sideline and tell one of the quarterbacks a great throw, and he'll tell me it wasn't him, it was someone else. So I don't even really know who's usually in there, but they're all seems like they're doing pretty good.
Is there a difference in the way they throw the ball?
It's not really, because I still can't tell who's throwing me the ball.
Obviously, I don't know how much you work with Coach Drinkwitz when he was the tight ends coach. What's he been like as offensive coordinator so far working with him?
I think he's done a wonderful job. I think he's picked up right where we left off. I feel like he had an impact last year, even calling plays, just from his past when he was with Coach Harsh at Arkansas State. So I think we're still rolling just like we were last year.
What's his? He seems like a high energy type guy. What's kind of his style, his coaching style and stuff?
He's definitely high energy. I don't think you'll ever see him and he won't speak or something like that. He's always wired. I think he's always on coffee. Caffeine is always in the system.
Does it rub off on you guys though? I mean,
Yeah, it does. And Coach Harsin always harps on that at practice. He wants us to bring energy. So I think Coach Drink, it's like a trickle down effect. He does it to us, and then we do it to the young guys, and it just kind of trickles down.
You mentioned Chance. What what have you seen from that guy over the last 8-9 months for him to go through this a second time and get back to where he is today?
Chance. I came in with Chance. I mean, his first injury, it was really hard on him. He, like you said, it took him a while to come back. And then after he did his second one, it was kind of weird because usually when you see people tear their ACL twice, most people are done or, they want to just, medically retire and stuff like that. But maybe like a day or two after Chance tore his ACL, he said, I'll be back in 6 months. Or like he was already ready to have surgery so he could get ready and try to come back. So he's relentless. I mean, you can see he's already out there running around. He recently tore his ACL. So I mean, it's all the proof is in the pudding.
I think you're 75 catches from catching Matt Miller for the career record. You tell him you're coming for him, or?
No, that's something I kind of learned from Matt. It's really not a big deal on those records. It's kind of more about the team. I mean, if I get it, I get it. But if I don't, then I don't.
Yeah, Matt had to deal with those questions, as you know, all last year, and they're going to come your way. Do you have any? Are you going to pretty much defer it till you get close to it, or what? Just keep it out of sight, out of mind.
Out of sight, out of mind.
You did something on what life is like for offense and defensive linemen in college football. Someone from the other side of the perspective, a smaller guy. What do you think it's like for those guys to be out there 300 pounds and button heads all day long?
I bet it's tough. I don't know if I can picture myself walking on here with 300 pounds doing stuff that those guys do in the trenches. I stay out of there. I stay outside the hashes.
They got the tougher job, or the guys running all over the field got the tougher job?
I think they might have the tougher job.
More so than maybe like chasing a record or whatever. I mean, just look at the body of work you've been able to accomplish over the last 3 years. I mean, are you happy with what you've done so far?
I am, but I still feel like there's so much more I can do. Continue to try to always get better.
How do you feel like your role has kind of evolved year to year? I mean, the first couple of years it seemed kind of specific, and last year it started to grow, and will it continue to grow?
That's my plan. I mean, back after my sophomore year, after catching all those bubbles, I said I wanted to try to become a more complete receiver, and I feel like last year we did that, and this year I just want to try to complete the task.
How much pride do you and Dante collectively kind of take as guys who, obviously people are going to look at you and say they're not very big, but look at your body of work and all you guys have accomplished? How much pride do you guys take in just kind of, bucking that, where people would look at you and say, this guy probably won't contribute, but to be very, very key contributors?
Well, me and Dante, we don't even really ever talk about it. It's just like we're just gonna wait till we get out there on the field, and we kind of just like to show it.
Just one more on Chance too. You just talk about his personality. What's it like to have somebody like that that can offer that perspective and go through that adversity in a locker room?
It's really weird because Chance is really he's a little kid in a really big body. It's really weird, and which is why it's kind of shocking that the way he like persevered through all the stuff he's been through. Because if you really know him, he's really a little kid. He's really young too. I mean, when we first got here, I think got all the freshmen. He was the only one that had to have his parents sign off on his papers because he was only 17. So, I mean, it's just wonderful to see him persevere through stuff that he's been through.
Hey Shane, not sure we'll get you again for the first game. Just wondering your thoughts on Coach Pete and what he kind of meant to you, and the fact that you'll be going up against him.
I mean, Coach Pete taught us a lot. Everybody here, Coach. I mean, anybody will tell you that.